Kansas takes on St. John's, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off. The Kansas Jayhawks are -7, totals 156. We're hitting at 65% in our last 20 college basketball tier package picks on BrockPage.com. And if you want to access today's college basketball tier package pick, the link for that pick is in the description section below. We're also 12-4 in our last 16 NBA tier package picks on that very same website. And the good news is we have another NBA tier package pick going off here tonight. Now, if you're on the fence a little bit about getting a package on BrockPage.com, just keep in mind we do have over 795 members who are signed up and active on our safe and secure website. Now, Kansas is in the top 20 in scoring, top 5 in shooting from the field. Ochai Agbaji is scoring 22.5 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, and 42% shooting from three-land. Meanwhile, Christian Braun is scoring over 13.5 points a game himself, 7 rebounds, 3 assists for the junior. The 5-1 Jayhawks are averaging 44 second-half points a game. They've also done a real nice job rebounding defensively. They're in the top 20 in the country in that category. They're taking on a St. John's team who failed to cover the point spread in their last 3 straight. Failures to cover against the likes of the New Jersey Institute of Technology, St. Francis Brooklyn, and Fairleigh Dickinson University. The Red Storms allowing 38 second-half points a game. They're also struggling to guard the 3-ball. Now, total-wise, 2 out of St. John's last 3 did get over the number. The Red Storms officially 4-2 to the over for the entire season. Meanwhile, the Jayhawks saw all 6 of their contests for the season get over the total themselves. I'm going to lean toward Kansas -7 over 156. Next ball game, it is going to be Notre Dame versus Boston College, 6 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Notre Dame's -5, totals 130.5. And speaking of the total in this one, Notre Dame saw their last 3 straight get over the posted number. Overs against the likes of Illinois and Texas A&M. The Irish are officially 3-1 to the over in their contests away from home this season. Meanwhile, Boston College saw 2 out of their last 3 get over the line themselves. Overs against Columbia and Rhode Island during that span. BC's also gone 60% to the over in their last 10 meetings with Notre Dame. And when it comes to picking a winner in this one, this game's being featured as my college basketball tier package pick on BrockPage.com. So if you want to see whether I like Boston College catching the points at home, or if I like Notre Dame laying the 5 when traveling, there's only one way to find out, and that's to sign up for my college basketball tier package pick on BrockPage.com. But as far as making a free pick goes for this game, give me the over 130.5 in that contest. Next matchup, Rutgers, Illinois, 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Illinois -8.5, totals 134. The Illini is on a 3-game winning streak, victories over the likes of Notre Dame and Kansas State. The Illini is one of the better rebounding teams in the country. They're in the top 30 in offensive rebounding, top 25 in defensive rebounding. Now, scoring-wise, Kofi Coburn scoring over 26.5 points per contest, 9.5 rebounds. Meanwhile, Alfonso Plummer scoring nearly 14 a night himself and shoots 43% from three-land. The Illini averages 40 second-half points a game. Meanwhile, defensively, they're holding their opponents to just 40% shooting from the field. They're also limiting their competition to just 29 first-half points per contest. They're taking on a Rutgers team who struggles offensively. They're shooting just 25% from beyond the arc, and they're averaging only 67 points a game. The Scarlet Knights lost 3 out of their last 4 contests, and that includes an outright loss to Lafayette College, where they scored just 51 total points. The Scarlet Knights are also shooting just 40% from the field, and they may have to go to work here tonight without Geo Baker. Total-wise, Rutgers 2-0 to the over in their last couple of games, 71% to the over for the entire season. Meanwhile, Illinois saw their last 3 straight get over the line themselves. Give me Illinois minus 8.5 over 134. Next matchup, Pitt, Virginia, 8 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Virginia's minus 13.5, totals 112. Now, Virginia failed to cover in their last 2 straight, 2 and 4 against the spread in their last 6. As a matter of fact, the Cavaliers failed to cover against the likes of Lehigh and Coppin State during that span. And as good as they are defensively, the Cavaliers are scoring just 63 points a game, and they struggle to rebound the basketball offensively. Now, they're taking on a Pitt Panther team who covered the number in 3 out of their last 5 themselves, throwing out that Vandy game. As a matter of fact, the Panthers successfully covered the point spread over the likes of Minnesota and West Virginia during that stretch. Now, Pittsburgh's played pretty well defensively. They're allowing just 67 points a game, and they've done a pretty nice job of rebounding the ball defensively. Now, scoring-wise, John Hughley is scoring over 15.5 points per contest, along with 8 boards. Meanwhile, Femi Odukale is averaging over a dozen a night himself, along with 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Scoring-wise, Pitt's 6-1 to the under for the entire season. 5 out of Virginia's last 8 fell under the number themselves. I'm going to lean toward Pitt plus 13.5, under 112. Next game, Iowa, Purdue, 9 o'clock Eastern start time. Purdue's minus 12.5, totals 159. The 7-0 Boilermakers are 6-1 against the spread in those victories. Purdue leads the country in both field goal percentage and shooting the 3-ball. Purdue's drilling over 44% of their 3-pointers. They're also good for nearly 55% shooting from the field. Zach Edey is scoring over 17 points per contest, 7 rebounds, 82% shooting from the stripe. Now, the 7'4 sophomore has, not only is he very, very tall, but he's also been nearly unguardable. He's hitting on 74% of his field goals. Of course, most of those, layup line. But anyway, Jaden Ivey scoring over 15 points a game himself, 6 boards, 3 assists for Ivey. Jaden's also drilling over 43% of his 3-pointers. The Boilermakers are in the top 3 in the nation in scoring, top 20 in offensive rebounding. Now, defensively, on the other end of the court, Purdue's been pretty good there as well. They're allowing only 64 points a game, and they rank in the top 3 in defensive rebounding. They're taking on an Iowa team who failed to cover in 2 out of their last 4, throwing out the Virginia game. The Hawkeyes failed to cover against the likes of NC Central and Alabama State during that stretch. The Hawkeyes are also allowing 38 second-half points per contest. Now, total-wise, Iowa's 6-1 to the over on the year. Purdue's 5-2 to the over themselves. I'm going to lean toward Purdue minus 12.5 over 159. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap, powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are hitting at 65% in our last 20 college basketball tier package picks. I like Kansas minus 7 over 156. I also like the over 130.5 in the Notre Dame Boston College game. Give me Illinois minus 8.5 over 134. Pitt Panthers plus 13.5 under 112. Purdue minus 12.5 over 159. As far as all the other games go, I like Furman minus 7.5 over 161. Colgate minus 2 over 135.5. Cornell minus 7.5 over 160. Fairfield plus 1 over 143. Manhattan plus 3.5 under 127. Niagara plus 2 over 140.5. Ryder plus 13 under 142. St. Pete's minus 3.5 under 136. South Florida minus 15 under 130.5. UT-RIO Grande plus 26 over 140. Houston Cougars minus 23 under 140.5. UTEP minus 1 over 135. New Orleans plus 10 over 152. Tulsa plus 10 over 131. North Dakota plus 6.5 over 137. UC Santa Barbara minus 8 over 138. Before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that we are hitting at 65% and our last 20 college basketball tier package picks on brockpage.com. We're also 12-4 in our last 16 NBA tier package picks on that very same website. I'm going to lean toward VMI plus 4.5, under 146. And with that, guys, now it's time for our shout out of the day. And that's going to go to Emerson Go, who said earlier this morning, I'm going to give a shout out to the big man, Brock. Your breakdown of every detail of the game makes a lot of sense for your viewers. Thanks for your time and diligent work that you are putting in towards these videos. Good luck to all of us, and let's get paid. And that's a great comment. I love that, man. Good luck to everybody. Let's all get paid. Let's all make a little money here today and this weekend. You know, the casino's got a lot of money. They got enough to throw out there. You know, we can pound the sports books because, you know, they got the Pitt, they got baccarat, they got craps, they got dice, they got slots. We're not putting the casino out of business, but we just want to bang those sports books a little bit. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on brockpage.com. Now, if you guys do end up getting a membership here today on that website, just keep in mind, you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on brockpage.com, you're certainly getting exceptional value. You're going to get access to that content all the way through the end of December. I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. We also have a membership called the Board Member Tier. And if you sign up for the Board Member Tier, you're actually going to get access to every single pick that I post on that website. All of it. You're going to get all my content on that website. And you're going to get access to that all the way through the end of December. The Board Member Tier package, that's my best package. It's the best value. You get the most out of it. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out. I'm sorry, I already said that. Most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at brockpage.com.